Hello everybody, how you all doing? Okay, do you all believe in the Loch Ness monster? Good old Nessie. Today we're going to look at the top 5 most terrifying Loch Ness monster encounters from 2024. So let's check this out.
The Loch Ness Monster is quite possibly the quintessential cryptid. I mean, everyone's heard of her. You'd be seriously hard-pressed to find someone who hadn't. Even people who don't know what a cryptid is know of Nessie, with her distinctive look and iconic photograph taken all those years ago. I mean, it's probably safe to say that she is quite possibly the most famous cryptid of them all. Many people travel to Loch Ness every year hoping to catch a glimpse of her.
I actually don't know of any other ones.
Somebody does.
Cryptids.
And so, my loyal viewers, in this video, we'll be taking a look at the top 5 most terrifying Nessie encounters ever recorded. After you've
But as far as in the ocean or in a lake or
now that you've done that,
something like
let's
that,
get into it.
Nessie's the only one I know of.
Now, according to LochNessSightings.com, there have, so far, been a total of 1,156 Nessie sightings recorded at the time of making this video, going all the way back to the 6th century AD. Combing through every single one of these is no easy task, I can assure you. But I suppose a good place to start would be at the very beginning. The day was the 22nd of August, the year AD 565. St. Columba, an Irish Christian missionary, was said to have been on his way to visit the King of the Picts in northern Britain when he stopped along the shore of Loch Ness. According to the website thescotsman.com, quote, "Seeing a large beast about to attack a man who was swimming in the lake, Columba raised his hand, invoking the name of God and commanding the monster to go back with all speed." The massive creature seemingly did as it was told, and over the following centuries it was only seen here and there, only popping up occasionally between the 1500s and the 1800s. What a terrifying sight that must have been to behold, an enormous prehistoric monster swimming toward an unsuspecting swimmer, its hideous jaws agape, ready to sink its teeth into him and tear him apart. But Columba's swift actions saved the man's life, and he would later come to be revered as a saint. This account was, however, written over 100 years after St. Columba's death, leading some experts to look dubiously upon this story and treat it with a great deal of skepticism.
Could be a fable.
Spoil sports. The next sighting comes not from the 6th century, but from the year 2023. I think that's what makes this encounter so frightening, as there isn't that time distance between ourselves and the beast to make us feel safe and secure in the thought that Nessie is merely a relic from the past that can't hurt us anymore.
I wish I could zoom in a little better.
This recent sighting is a reminder that Nessie is still very much alive and at large, stalking the loch just the same as she did all those centuries ago. Marker.com has this video here, which shows the Loch Ness Monster swimming along the surface of the water.
Definitely something there.
Yes, I admit. The footage from that sighting is kind of grainy, and Nessie is quite far away. However, don't be discouraged. There is, in fact, a piece of footage that exists that shows her quite clearly, in 1080p no less. Here it is. This was taken from a YouTube channel called Richard Outdoors. He actually filmed the monster unwittingly, as all he was aiming to do was capture some footage of the coastline using his drone, but upon reviewing the footage while editing his video, he spotted it. That must have given him quite the scare, especially when he realised just how close to the coastline and the people on it the beast was at this time. If
it doesn't look quite as big as I pictured.
It could well have turned into an incident reminiscent of the encounter St. Columba had back in the year.
It almost looks like a crocodile
AD.
or alligator or
Fortunately,
something.
it never came to that. Now, we've talked about 3 sightings of Nessie in the water, but did you know that she has also been known to venture out onto the land? It seems we're not safe anywhere. This info, taken from historicuk.com, states that back in the year 1934, a motorcyclist and veterinary student by the name of Arthur Grant was, quote, returning from Inverness on his motorbike around 1 AM when he almost collided with a dark object coming across the road. In the bright moonlight, Grant was able to notice the animal's small head, long neck, large body, flippers and tail. Frightened by the motorbike, it quickly fled back into the loch. Grant was amazed. It was unlike any animal he had ever seen. End quote. The beast saw him, looking him dead in the eye, before continuing on its journey back to the water.
That would creep me out.
This sketch by the man himself shows quite clearly what he saw. It's one thing to hit a rabbit or something while out on the roads, but something tells me there's a motorbike, and the guy on it probably wouldn't fare too well if they were to collide with the Loch Ness Monster. The last sighting I have for you today comes from an amateur photographer by the name of David Elder, who took this photograph back in August of 2013.
Now that one's long.
According to the Daily Record, Mr. Elder states, quote, "Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of a black area of water about 15 feet long, which developed into a kind of bow wave. Water was definitely going over something solid and making a wave." Yes, I understand. You're probably thinking that this photo isn't the clearest one out there, with the monster being mostly obscured by the water. However, my reason for including this photograph is that this image really gives you an idea of the size and scale of the beast. It looks huge, massive, in line with previous descriptions of the creature. This photo is clearly a real photograph of something that was actually there, and doesn't display any of the usual hallmarks of a photoshopped image. I like this photo because it contains something that is absolutely real, whether or not it actually is Nessie. I did take a little while researching this video because I wanted to bring some sightings to your attention that you may not have previously been aware of. You may be wondering why I didn't include the description of the incident that led to the capturing of the infamous surgeon's photograph.
That looks
and basically,
comical.
I decided to omit it because everyone already knows about that one. I wasn't keen on just rehashing widely known information. But these preceding 5 instances were ones that I found quite interesting, and I'm hoping that you have too. I also wanted to emphasise that the legend of the Loch Ness Monster is a timeless one, and not just some crusty old tale that ignorant peasants would tell each other while drinking in their local tavern. This can be seen from the recent sightings I talked about in this video, one of which was from only last year.
And that one doesn't look quite as
what are your
big.
thoughts? Did you like the selection of sightings I included in this video? Do you have any other sightings that you think deserve to be showcased on the channel, and not just of Nessie, but of any cryptid? Leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching Cryptid Central.
Well, I thought that was kind of interesting. I like stuff like that has to do with cryptids and things like that, like the Wendigo, different things like that. That's pretty scary. And they got that some from Native American legend, like the Deer Woman, I think is what she's called. A beautiful woman that actually has the hoofs of a deer. Kind of creepy. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And if you'd like me to do more videos like this, if you have any suggestions at all, let me know in the comments. And also, if you'd like to support my channel, check out in the description and check out my merch. And now it's time for a joke. Why do people with foot fetishes never win? Because they like the taste of defeat.